What you doing?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Okay.
Are,
Invite
you
some
enjoy
people
it?
up here.
You enjoy? You want me to invite people? I don't know no people. You know me. I'm not popular.
You don't know the people?
Yeah, I don't know that many people.
Yeah, me too.
But what you doing? It's like the eclipse is happening right now. It's a
Really?
big. Yeah, you didn't know that? A lunar eclipse, partial where you are probably.
Um, Let me go look outside and see.
Yeah, it'd be the bottom corner of the bottom right hand corner of the moon is should be covered up very slightly right now.
I'm looking. I don't see the. It may be too cloudy or something for me.
Maybe. I don't know. Stephen Burns is over there on the in San Diego, and he's got a telescope pointed at it right now, so you could actually see it online if you want to see it. He's got a clear view from San Diego,
I believe it's
but
pronounced San Diego. Means a whale's vagina.
yeah, something like that. Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Probably in Southern California, I would guess. She's all over the place.
That was such a good video game.
Oh yeah, I didn't know it was a video game. I just thought it was a cartoon, and I was like, "Swiper, no swiping." Oh no, that's
Hell
Dora the
yeah.
Explorer. That's right. I always get them confused because I think Dora the Explorer is like the youthful version of Carmen San Diego, like before she was grown up.
Yeah.
They
Pretty
seem sort of like similar creatures.
nice.
So I got my CAT scan today, and I'll know in a couple of days whether or not I'm actually successfully kicking cancer's ass or whether I'm just deluded into like really like strong fortitude
Yeah,
because
that's good.
it's usually one or the other. But I think it's gonna be pretty awesome. I made the technician, the CAT scan technician. I made her laugh, and she was singing out loud. It was pretty fun. I had a good time.
Yeah.
They injected me with radioactive contrast dye, which kind of zonked me out for a while afterwards. But other than that, I'm all right. I feel
Yeah.
pretty good. I just woke up from a long nap after having some green chili lasagna, green chili chicken lasagna.
That sounds pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it
I
is.
hope the CAT scan thing is the best possible result.
Me too. I hope so too. Well, at least like up there on the good scale is enough. I'm not expecting to be like completely cancer free already because I mean, I can still feel the lump a little bit, but it's shrunk a lot. And so I imagine the rest of it is recoiling in its own destruction as well, which
Is there a different like? Is it a special type or something?
uh special type of what? The cancer that I have?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a her positive, HER2 negative metastatic breast cancer, which is the most common kind, which means that it's actually the like one that they know the most about, so the most likely to be destroyed,
Right.
even though its progression in me was like pretty much like declaratively terminal, but I don't really take it seriously. I mean, everything is terminal. I mean, your life is terminal. It's like nothing's really changed other than maybe perhaps the temporal inevitability, you know? Because before my diagnosis and after my diagnosis is pretty much the same because you never know when you're going to die.
Yeah, that's a very disturbing thought, though. I mean, it's kind of weird. Like, what does it make
It's
you?
not
What is
that
the? What's
disturbing
the?
though. It's liberating actually if you look at it the right way. Because it's like it sort of like puts it in its proper place. Because like if you don't accept that you're gonna die, then you just like are free to be deluded the entire time. If you're that's what the memento mori is all about, is being aware of your impending doom, but knowing that you have an eternal soul, you don't really mind that much.
But do you know that though?
Oh, absolutely. For myself, at least, I'm pretty darn sure. I mean, nothing is absolute, though. Really, that's part of the being of being here. Is the nothing is absolute, nothing is sure, and yet we still can find our confidence in the things that we do know from direct experience, usually. Whether it be your intuitional experience or not. Some people just don't know which is their ego and which is their intuition. That is the main issue, I think, that a lot of people are facing, whether they know it or
Yeah.
not.
Well, I certainly don't. I mean, I plan to live forever personally, but probably not gonna
Well,
happen.
that'd be cool. But what if the only option for you to do that is to upload your consciousness into the machine? What are you gonna do then?
I mean, I guess I better start drinking some blood or something.
I don't think that works. Uh, there's definitely probably some. I mean, it depends on whose blood you're drinking, I suppose. Is my fan too loud? Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can.
Oh,
Yo, man.
what's
So,
up?
so
What up, man? How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of chilling here with Neurojack.
I just spent like 4 hours sitting on the side of the road waiting on a Mexican to come fix my truck. You know what I mean?
Hey, he showed up though, right?
was it worth the wait?
Yeah. I mean, no. Like he goes, oh yeah, your water pump's gone. Here's a whole bunch of coolant. Just keep filling it up going down the road. You know what I mean? You should be alright. I'm like, yo, say less, homie.
That doesn't sound very good situation.
I feel like, listen, I'm only 150 miles where I need to be in, you know what I mean, a 20,000-pound vehicle. You know?
What are you doing? Where are you going? Are you driving around?
Yeah. I'm currently up in Scranton, PA. I got to go back to Harrisburg.
Oh, you should be able to see the entire eclipse right now then. The lunar eclipse that's going on?
Nah, that's only in California.
No, that's only the partial eclipse. The rest of it's in the rest of the United States. The
Oh, word? Yeah, I don't see nothing. I mean, because the moon is full and bright.
Huh. It might be
Yeah.
over already. I'm not sure about the exact timing, but I think I might have missed the majority of it because
Yeah, probably.
I was asleep.
I was just kind of hanging out a little bit.
Well, I'm glad you're back on the road. You have
Me
enough
too.
you have enough coolant?
I got like a bucket and then like a 5-gallon paint bucket, and then I got like 3 gallons like I just filled up, you know what I mean, before he left. So I don't know. See?
Yeah. Well, if you get stuck somewhere and like everything is closed, if you go to like a place where they service like semis, usually they have a place where they've been collecting the radiator fluid in containers, and they put it out by their trash. That saved
Yeah.
us
Well,
when we were
most truck stops have like a water hose,
yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? To spray everything. You can just fill the radiator up with that.
Yeah, but they usually up by their wherever they throw their trash, they also have like containers full of radiator fluid that they've drained out of when they change the radiator fluid.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near a place that actually works on trucks. But I'm going to some places where they fuel up. So I might luck out. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I
Yeah.
got a long way to go and a short time to get there at the moment.
Yeah, got a long ways to go, and it's short
And a
time to get
short
there.
time to get there. We gonna do what they say can't be done.
Yeah, watch old bandit run. Yeah, I love that. That was a great movie.
Oh man. Oh, Jerry Reed.
Sounds like something you hear right before the banjos start playing.
The Smokey
It
and the
was.
Bandit. Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's really funny. Is Smoke was my stripper name, my first one.
Oh,
so yeah, Smokey Joe. And there's actually a rapper called Smokey Joe now, which is really weird because I was like, what the hell? I didn't think anybody
There's
would
always
actually
a
have that.
rapper called Smokey Joe. Like somewhere, there's either a rapper or a blues musician called Smokey Joe.
Yeah, well, and people would be like, "That's not your real name, is it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. My parents really like Smokey Robinson, and yeah, and coffee."
Joe.
Yeah, but they didn't
Like,
call
no,
me
listen,
Joe with
Joe
it.
Montana. Like Joe Montana was my favorite quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen.
Well, if you
Oh.
pronounce the J like a Y, like it's supposed to be in New Mexico, and my name
knew
is
you were-
Smokey.
I
Smokey
knew
Yo.
you were. I knew you were a 49ers fan.
I am a Niners fan, so I'm like, listen, yo, Jed York, the general manager or like owner of the Niners, just got arrested this weekend in Ohio, in East Palestine of all places,
Yeah, I know that's
buying
so weird, isn't it?
What?
buying $150 prostitute. Right? They
Oh.
say send them to 2 days in jail and an $1,100 fine.
You
And,
know,
like-
you know what?
Wild.
What
I'm
I-
49
sad
years
is
old.
The first thought I had is like, man, the inflation's really going up over in Ohio too. Huh?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Huh?
listen.
They used to be like $15, right?
Like, you used to be able to get a crack whore for like $75. You know what I mean? Now it's 150. Prices is doubling. God damn. But
Yeah,
no,
it's
like
almost
that's a cheap whore, bro. $150 is a cheap bitch. We're keeping that all the way honest, right? Like
Yeah.
shit. And the fact that it's East Palestine, Ohio, where he was. And he was like, I swear, he got out of the car. My man was dressed in a New York Giants like t-shirt and a pair of like really, really shitty last day of laundry basketball shorts. Right?
Yikes.
Yeah. And I'm like,
That
dude,
is
how you
not
gonna
a
get
good look.
busted like that, bro?
That is not a good look. That was definitely divine intervention, probably.
Yeah, he's in a pair of slides. I'm like, dog, like, were you like going through the airport? Or you like at the like just decide to like order a prostitute off the phone? Like when you was out getting ice at the hotel and you're like, hey, yo, she available right now? I gotta go get her. I'll be right back.
Oh, I think
I'm telling you
he
this
was
ice
getting-
right here or something.
I think he was getting a different type of ice, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, probably.
I mean, if,
Then
I-
again, he
I don't know,
might have
he's
just
really
been
fat,
crazy
bro,
hot
like-
liquor.
yo, he's a porker. Like he's not like he's skinny. You know what I mean? Like if he was on ice, he'd be much
Well, he
skinny.
might have just snorted. He might have just snorted it or something.
You know, I've known some fat people that were tweakers. It is a thing. It's not that
Yeah,
often.
but usually they're like obese though, right? Like obese. Like honey
Yeah.
boo boo obese type of shit. Ed York's like a dad bod type of guy. You know, like an actual dad bod, not what women say a dad bod is.
I
Not maybe
like
like an
dad bod.
actual one. You know,
So what do you think the psychology of that is? Like, why the fuck would he do that? Because I was legitimately thinking, like, dude, you could literally be in New York or San Francisco or LA or anywhere in the world, and you
Okay.
choose East Palestine, Ohio, of all the places.
He
in the
thought he
world.
was
I
not
don't
going to get
understand.
busted. That's what it was. He thought he was smart.
number one, yeah, he thought he was not going to get clapped, right? And I mean, which he might have caught the clap, but that's dealing with the bull. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
get to deal with a white chick first off. Like you take your chances on like not having it be like a Haitian or like a black chick. It's probably going to get a white broad, which would be fantastic for him, right? And like on top of that, you know, like listen, why do you pay a hooker, right? You don't
Convenience.
pay him to fuck you. You pay him to leave. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That's it. Exactly. Charlie Sheen enlightened us all on that one.
I mean, technically, it was like the Four Brothers, dude. I don't know if you remember, like the Mark Wahlberg movie, right, where they
Yeah.
like had to go take on the Detroit like mob boss. He's like, you know why you pay a hooker? You don't pay a hooker to fuck you. You pay her to fucking leave. Why do you pay for out of town shooters to get the fuck back out of town? Right? Remember, like that was like a whole speech when he like threw my man's fucking food on the floor and made his bitch eat off the floor and shit.
That does make sense, though. You know,
Yeah.
it is probably the case. It's for convenience. It's like the
But
convenience fee.
but why would you go to middle of bumfuck nowhere, Ohio, of all the
Hoping that you
places in
don't
the
get
world?
caught because you have like some reputation to protect and you don't
I
know what
mean,
the
dude,
hell
I'll
you're
tell you
doing.
this. Trust me, in San Francisco or New York, you're not going to get caught. I mean, I don't think. I mean, I could be wrong, but
I mean, maybe the team was playing in Pittsburgh, right, or practicing in Pittsburgh, that type of shit. You know what I mean? And like,
Just far enough away.
East Palestine, Ohio is not far from Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, he should have gone a little further away.
oh, interesting. Oh, okay. I didn't realize
Maybe
it was like
somewhere
that
where
close.
he
So he just
could go.
they just took like an hour trip, and he's like, oh well, I'll just see what's going on over here. I get interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
thinking he
listen,
was
you know, like
safe.
if you're gonna if you're gonna bag a hooker in that neck of the woods, you're probably better off towards Appalachia, right, rather than heading towards into Pittsburgh, like Pittsburgh's.
Yeah,
Listen, sketchy. Pittsburgh, sketchy side.
I've heard.
Like, yo,
I've heard that it is sketchy there. Like there's like
I've never been. That's kind of sad because some of my favorite films are made there. But so, what's so sketchy about it?
okay, so all right, picture the worst East Coast ghetto you can imagine, right? Now, fill it with black people who are on meth and then knock down half the houses and then add in hills, coal dust, and motherfucking bad weather.
and
Sounds
there
like a
are a
great
few
place for
white
buying
trash people
Section
there
8.
too.
Sounds like a great place to buy Section 8 property. Let's go, guys. Come on.
Oh yeah, they'll do that. They'll friggin' and they'll
Okay,
relocate the homeless people to a different area and they'll gentrify it.
have you ever seen pictures of Cleveland, Neurojack?
Ohio.
Yeah. I think we looked at some of those pictures. Yeah.
Yeah. Like East Pittsburgh, way worse than Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and Cleveland's
pretty
bad.
bad. So
Yeah.
is that just because there's no jobs, basically? Like, is that
Yes.
the long and short of it?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. It's like Toledo, like the homeless people, they build houses out of Spam cans and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, we've got that here
And
too in New Mexico. We got a lot of that going down.
So it's basically like
Yeah,
a fucking
it's
shanty town or
it's a
something?
whole different thing. Yeah, it's a whole different thing in Ohio. Like they'll take over parts of old factories and turn them into an impromptu homeless shelter / crack den /
Yeah,
heroin den /
they do that at
let's
any
still be
vacant
question marks.
house in Albuquerque. It's like pretty much
Yeah,
any vacant property.
Imagine that, but a 1910s factory in the
Yeah,
snow.
that's wow, crazy. Yeah, because you do have some really cool factories out there, like
Mm-hmm.
in the Midwest, for
Yeah.
sure. Like
Oh,
they keep
and
shooting music videos at the Firestone Tire Factory, which is freaking cool. I mean,
yeah,
there's been so many different videos shot at that. There's even an Eminem one and with the Royce to 5'9".
yeah. And and by the way, Neurojack, add in a whole bunch of Africans and Haitians because they needed a place to stay, and FEMA decided to just set them all there.
They sent
Oh,
a lot
what's
of
not to love?
the Louisiana people to New Mexico. There wasn't hardly any black people at all here before, and now there's a lot.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we had the
Yeah,
same problem in my city, but we ran them back out. Right,
I
like
didn't
the
see it
black
as a
folks
problem.
didn't
I was
like them.
excited. I was excited, and some of
Oh,
them are bad, yeah, but it's like I like the diversity personally.
oh no. It wasn't about them being black. Like the black people in my area are clean, and they they have jobs and shit, right? They take care of things. They cut their grass, they have community gardens here and whatnot. Like black people are different, right? Because they were formal middle class, right? About 20 years ago, before all the steel mills closed down and went to China. And they still have some of those habits and whatnot. And then the New Orleans people came up after Katrina, and it was fucking bad. Like those guys are just filthy, disgusting, loitering mongoloids, just foul
Yeah,
human beings.
I think we got an influx of the Georgian. Like I know the guy that I dated was like a preacher's son from Georgia,
Right.
and he was like white on the inside. I called him. He was like an Oreo because he was like black on the outside and white on the inside.
Oh, okay. Yeah, listen, that's cool.
He had better English than me, and he was like also kind of a science nerd.
Yeah.
Like, but he was rebelling by like moving away from his like family and into the wilderness of the desert.
Mm. Yeah. Like I dated like I don't know, like I bang a black chick right now who like, like I tell her about motherfuckers like stealing my kids' bikes. She's like, what type of motherfuckers raise their kids to do that shit? Fucking disgusting ass fucking parents and shit. She's like, take me up now, fuck that fucking mom the fuck up. It's like, yo, word. Listen, let's take a ride.
You're funny.
Mm.
How's your kids?
Yeah.
They doing good?
Everybody's cool. You know what I mean? Everybody's, I got one left to start school yet. And then, you know what I mean? Like all of them will be in school. Other than that, man, listen, everybody's high,
That's good.
My
Good
oldest
to hear.
one's, you know what I mean, got a place. My middle son, you know what I mean, or my second son, he's motherfucking up in, down in Georgia playing football, right? In college.
Awesome.
You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Uh,
oldest just got married, and now their last name is Wong. Found him a
who the
Asian.
fuck
So I got
married? Who the fuck marries an Asian?
some. They're cute together. They're cute together.
I don't care. I don't care. Who the fuck marries an Asian?
Somebody that's 4'10", okay?
And
Well, I
just
think
because
they're
5'6" is tall.
who cares as long as they're happy? Really. They've stood the test of time. They like the same things. They're very happy. That's all I could ask for. I'm stoked. Shout out to my kiddo.
Mm,
Both of
feel
them
you.
actually. They're pretty cool. The other one's on
Yeah,
the west
mine too.
coast, northwest. Still working at the Starbucks, as far as I know.
I heard like, was it you said your health wasn't doing well?
I just had a CAT scan today. We're gonna see. I feel a lot better. I think I'm kicking cancer's ass.
I feel you. Yeah, I mean, like my dad just went in. He had a fucking MRI done, right? Check up on his, and there's new cancer grew into his lungs, right? And his old cancer in his lungs is growing. So like, I don't know. We gotta go in for a PET scan here soon. We
Yeah.
gotta figure out what's going on. He's losing his goddamn mind, right?
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
Well, I'm
Acting
lucky
like a kid.
because so far the cancer is staying like in my right breast and then in my bones a little bit, but like it seems like the bones are like recovering. So we may have kicked it right at the right time, like with the hormone
I'll
suppression,
say
which I
like
feel
bone cancer is dangerous. Bone cancer
well,
is real dangerous.
it's not like leukemia though. What it is basically the cancer has moved through my lymphatic system. I'm guessing it like traveled through my lymphatic system or my bloodstream into my bones, and it started attacking places where I had been injured, like and so like I hurt my back and I hurt my left hip, and that's exactly where it went, like, and it kind of covered up. I thought it was just an injury, like a normal injury, but it seemed like it was like
Right.
not healing it quickly, and then I re-injured it a couple of times because of like not being used to not healing fast. I was like got a little ahead of myself, and then I like strained a little bit, overstrained it a couple of times, and I thought really I was just going in because I like had injured myself and it wasn't healing properly. And it's kind of the truth, I guess. That's what was going on, but it just turns out it wasn't healing properly because I had cancer. But like
Shit.
before my diagnosis and before the injuries, I was like lifting like 50-pound bags of dog food over my head, at the store, and like lifting things that are like that probably weigh more than me,
Oh
which,
yeah. How much?
I weigh
What
like,
do you weigh?
well, like 125. I'm 5'4".
Oh
I'm
yeah.
pretty average size.
Nah, you're
Pretty,
pretty petite. You're a petite
yeah,
human.
somewhat. Yeah. I guess
Yeah.
but it's like totally average in size. Like my shoes, I always find shoes and clothes in my size everywhere I go. There's no like, I don't have to worry about like finding something that's going to fit because there's always something that fits.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I gotta get like I don't know. I gotta find like size like 12 shoes and what I mean like
Yeah,
fucking
that fucking sucks. Trying to find
yeah.
like
And my
those different
like
sizes.
I'm like 6'1", right? You know what I mean? At like
That's
230.
healthy weight. That's healthy. Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
How much
Like
you
I'm
weigh,
six
you
one,
said?
230, right?
230?
230,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, but the thing, like my fucking shoulders are gigantic,
Yeah, you
right?
probably
So
got some
it's
muscle unless you're a little bit chubby. If you're not chubby, then you got
I am
muscle.
chubby. I am chubby, but I am a lot of muscle, right? Because I used to work at steel mills, you know what I mean, in factories and shit, and do like construction work and what I mean, fucking played football and all that type of shit, you know what I mean? So I got a lot of horsepower. But
That's
it's
cool.
tough to find things that just like fit my legs, you know what I mean?
Oh
Or my
yeah.
fucking arms, and shoulders.
Yeah.
Like half of everybody, like the normal fucking clothes that would like they fit long wise, but they won't fit wide wise, like on my legs, right? Or like my shoulders. Like it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, I used to get that actually too because my biceps are larger than a lot of women, I think, and my shoulders probably a little bit because like sleeves are often really like tight on me. And like I have had a few like outfits where it actually like when I put my arms down in a like dress or something, it's like it cuts off the circulation of my arms. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell? I guess these ladies have flimsy little arms. I
Like
I like
like right
I
now,
like
like
to.
I make a muscle and like fucking like literally the fucking fabric stretches on my fucking t-shirt I got on right now. And I
Yeah,
mean, I could
me
just
too.
like that outside everything shrinks. Fucking annoys me. You buy it and like it's big and baggy, and then the first time you run it through the washer and dryer, it's like fucking tight. And I'm not drying it for like 2 hours on fucking low. You know what I mean? Like no,
Yeah, fabrics do that. A lot of them will shrink. That's why you got to order them a little bit bigger, and then they'll
I do.
because they have a maximum shrinkage.
Yeah, I do. Right? I'd have to order like 4X to get it to like where I'd want it to be, and I'm not ordering 4X shit. Like listen.
Why
Then
not?
all of a sudden I'm wearing a garbage bag. That's why I don't want to wear a
Yeah,
garbage bag.
you just wash it a couple times and dry it on high once, and then boom, it'll be to its maximum shrinkage.
I don't know. I feel like it gets smaller over time sometimes. But either way, you know what I mean? So, like Neurojack, man, my last post didn't do so well. But then again, like, I didn't really know what the fuck to write about. I'll be honest with you. If Neurojack's even still here.
I've been reading your Substack. I don't always make comments, but I've been reading it.
Oh, thank you. Like, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, my shit's been catching fire here recently.
It's pretty funny because we actually agree on a lot of stuff. Like I wouldn't have thought that we agreed upon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be
Sorry,
amazed.
I'm still here. I just got a lot of shit going on in my house still. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I've been writing a lot of articles and there's a lot of weird fucking news. Like I don't even my brain's kind of blank right now, but I saw a lot of weird there's so much weird shit going on right now. I think
Yeah,
the
there is.
housing I think the housing stuff is like the main thing. Like like the housing shit is so weird. Like the more I look at that shit, I'm like, it does not. I mean, it makes sense in a certain way, but it doesn't really make sense in a lot of ways.
Oh, I mean, like, listen, so I went, that's what my original article was going to be yesterday. It was on the housing shit. But then I went and did, like, just some basic bitch fucking research, and, like, none of the things that they're saying is true.
For example,
Huh?
For example, what isn't like what isn't true? Let us know.
All right. So like they were saying, like, so I was watching all these podcasts about how, like, the like the housing market is collapsing and blah blah blah, fucking, like, it's all fucking coming apart, and what I mean, they have loans that are delinquent at like 4.5%, right? And I went to go try to track it. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of my mental. I was like, all right, well, listen, let me go look into it to see if any of this is true, right? Well, come to find out, like the normal set of loans, which is like 80% of loans, the private, like regular bank loan joints, are at like a fucking 1% delinquency rate, which is normal. You know what I mean? Like that's just basically where it's been since '08, right? And the ones that are a little high, which is the FHA loans, they're like 4.5%, but it's only 12% of the market, right? So like, if you figure 4.5% to 12%, it's like less than 1%, right? So I mean, like in the end of the day, like it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like that, none of that shit showing any real cracks. But like on the same level, there is a lot of shit sitting on the market for a lot of time because everything is 100% overpriced and pay isn't increasing, right? So that's kind of where like the mental is and shit.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Here, it's a seller's market in Albuquerque. The prices are pretty steep.
Oh yeah, y'all have the problem of like y'all it's illegal to build anymore, right?
No, not per se. It's not really, but I mean,
They're in
like, yeah,
Phoenix,
there's
like
Well,
because of the water problem. Like
well,
so
oh
y'all
yeah,
have limited the amount of housing you can put in, right?
here's the other weird
there's
part
also
is that
the server farms. They're building those, so it's apparently not
well
illegal.
here's the other weird thing is like they're allowing you to build, but they're only allowing you to build like multifamily, like giant condos or apartment buildings. So basically, if you want to live anywhere close to where any jobs are, you're going to be paying, 6,000 square feet, meaning, because they're going to be building like 10 stories and up kind of buildings, right? Or whatever. And
Yeah, we only have like 2 buildings in Albuquerque that are that tall, I think. Maybe
yeah, but
3.
I think that's going to be like if Albuquerque survives the next 20 years, like I think that's going to be changing because they're trying to I think it's kind of crazy because like I remember hearing that conspiracy thing about like, oh, there's never going to be um like mega cities and everybody being herded into the cities. And like, I do think that that's kind of what's happening is they're basically saying like, okay, you want a real job, then you got to live in the city. And by the way, it's going to be flooded with nothing but migrants, and you're going to pay $6,000 a month to live in a 1 bedroom
I mean,
apartment.
Yeah.
when has this changed? Do we have like 30 years of this not being the case, right? And then like because before that, like it was the Italians and the Irish and the Poles, right, in the cities, right? And everybody went from being on the farm to being in the city after they stood here and like eliminated all the farming jobs, like John Deere having all the tractors out, right? And then like I mean, you had 30 years where like you had suburbs and like factories, and then like that disappeared, and then like it's been that way ever the fuck since. This has always been the case, Neurojack. Like when has this not been a thing?
Yeah, but I'm saying there's going to be it feels like the plan is to have like a shitload more people in the city. Like New York City seems like it's going to get overpopulated. San
It
Francisco, they're
can't. It's
definitely
already
overpopulating them.
overpopulated. No, New York's already overpopulated, bro.
Well, my point is that if we have such a problem with the resources like water and power and all these things, like,
Well,
what's
in
the
San
logic
Diego,
in just
or
flooding
in
more
San
people in there?
Francisco, too, there a lot of the tech bros, like they moved elsewhere, actually out because once they were able to like remote work. They're like, hey, we can work from
Well,
anywhere. They
that's
freaking
not
left.
really the case. Like, not the real ones. The real ones are all here. Like the real people making moves, they're not leaving here. I mean, they may
Yeah, but I
live
mean, like
somewhere
the
else, like
infrastructure that they
Petersfield,
put
but
in San
yeah.
Francisco to support those people, like the tech bros and stuff, they pretty much like a lot of it's sitting just like limp,
Well,
not
well,
being
well,
used.
well. But see, that's the thing is like they have more than enough housing for everybody here. They're
Yeah,
not allowing it to be developed into actual livable conditions.
yeah, it's all
So
too expensive for
yeah.
an average person for
So
sure.
so I'm
Well,
saying like it's
not.
like
No, that's not the problem. So here's the thing. like the fucking baby boomers, right? And the goddamn motherfucking like the city leaders don't want to lose their tax base. So basically, if you build a whole bunch of houses or allow motherfuckers like to rehab the old houses and turn them into duplexes or fucking split them up into apartments, whatever it is, it drops the value of the old fucking homes, right? Which means that like the fucking instead of like raising property taxes like by percentage wise, they raise them by increasing the price of the fucking house themselves, right? So like, getting 1% of $100,000 ain't shit. You're getting 1% of fucking $800,000 is a whole different animal. That's 8 grand, right? Or a million. That's like fucking 10 grand. So that's what they're doing. They want to keep the values of those homes up. It keeps the tax base up, and it keeps the property owners being able to go, hey, listen, bank, let me fucking reverse mortgage this fucking home I bought back in 1975 for, a
Yeah.
blue number 2 from Uno and a get out of jail free card from Monopoly. You know what I mean? And like everybody's able to continue living. But if you build more housing and more people come the fuck in, all of a sudden those houses aren't worth as much because supply and demand's a fucking thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we've got like some old family neighborhoods here, like the street that I live on, like everybody, like almost everybody is like somewhat related to Dan, who's my partner. And there's a few houses that have been sold to other people, like the house that I used to live in down the street. But like there's these firms that I guess are like hired by banks to go and try and like buy people's properties. They're like really
Yeah.
for housing development. They want to like basically like because it's adjacent, like it's not far from, it's outside of the city limits technically, but just barely. And it's like really conveniently close to like downtown, even though like it's nothing, like it's very rural here. There's like chickens and goats and people have like horses and there's trees
Yeah.
and stuff. There's like irrigation ditch, but whenever Dan bought the property, they rezoned the area like whenever he bought it, and they took the water rights, so he doesn't have like he can't dig a well or like get water from the ditch to irrigate or anything like that, which is kind of weird. I think that they sold the property, and whenever they rezoned it in between, they also took a right of way in the front for the fire hydrant on the street, which is right in front of our house. And that's also like the street is really narrow, like literally the trash truck backs down the street and then drives forward, and everybody has to put their trash can on one side of the street so they can empty them once a week. And yeah. So it's like the only wide area. So the cops always park in front of our house whenever, and the ambulances, they always, whenever they come into the neighborhood, they always park right in front of our house.
Right.
So we can watch them, I guess. I get up on the roof and I'm like, hey, what's up? What are you guys doing?
Yeah. Like I live in the city limits of where I'm at, right? And the crazy thing is there's like chickens and goddamn motherfucking like animals all over the fucking place, right? That's just normal here. Right? And I mean,
cool.
like,
That's cool.
yeah. Like,
I
I
got
wake up in the
chickens.
morning and I go outside, or like when I'm up in the morning and I come home at like fucking 4 or 5, which I will be today, right? Like, you'll literally hear like fucking,
The roosters.
yeah, roosters will be motherfucking crowing early in the goddamn morning.
Yeah.
And it's
Mine,
not just one, it's like 5 houses. Everybody has chickens,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Same thing here
Yeah.
in our neighborhood. I have a rooster and a hen for eggs
Mhm.
mostly, and like
Yeah.
our rooster is retarded. Like when the neighbor turns on her back porch light, sometimes in the middle of
Mhm.
the night, or she leaves it on at night, because like for security reasons, he's like in the middle of the night, he's like making noise. He's like, "Ur, ur, 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 ur."
Yeah, I put a collar on mine when I was up north because I didn't want people to be bothered by him. That way he couldn't make fucking noise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
mean, but it's
Yeah, I don't give
valid.
a fuck. Fuck
It's
him.
polite
You know what I
for
mean? Like,
humans.
listen. Yeah. Like, he was a retard too. Like he literally like the one time I saved his life because there was a really, really bad storm and I had made like a fucking chicken tractor for him. It's based like I've got some PVC pipe and some chicken wire, and then I put a tarp over the back of it. You know what I mean? And that way I could just like move it around as I need to. You know what I mean? Every time like they shit the place up or whatever. And like
Yeah.
so, you know what I mean? Like fucking the one like there was a really bad storm and it got blown into like the middle of my yard. And fucking I go, oh my god, my rooster's dead because like the thing was laying on his neck. And I lifted it up, then he fucking popped up like, oh,
Oh yeah.
good boy. Right. Yeah. And then like
They're
it's
amazingly
this
resilient. I mean, like
yeah.
the dogs took out most of the chicks that
Mhm,
they actually grew to adulthood. There was like 11 chicks that we had,
mhm,
and but the dogs we had them like free range. They were wandering around the yard, and now
right.
they're in. Now the dogs they were puppies, and they were like, "Oh, that's a toy. Let's play with that."
Uh,
And friggin',
gotcha. Yeah.
I had to finish off a couple of them that they were like at the edge of death. But yeah.
Make chicken
So now
nuggets.
we
I got you to make some chicken nuggets. I feel you.
we're
But
back
like
down
it,
to two, and we're back down to
yeah.
two, a hen and a rooster.
Well, like my rooster ended up like he would like so after that like while that storm was going on, and I go and I get the tractor and I pulled it back up. You know what I mean? I got the chicken, or I got the hen, and I got my 2 ducks, right? And I got them all gathered the fuck back up and shit. You know what I mean? And fucking put everybody back where the hell they belong, right? And motherfucking the goddamn rooster won't come to fuck inside, and it is downpouring. I mean, like I am soaked, like fucking pants, socks, shoes. I'm soaked, chasing this fucking chicken or this fucking rooster, and the rooster like eventually go fuck you, and he just looks up in the sky and opens his mouth, and I'm like, you fucking retard, you're gonna fucking drown, right? And I'm like, you know what,
He's
fuck you,
thirsty.
right? Yeah,
He's
and
just
eventually he
thirsty.
just comes up and he wants to get back to the head, right? You know what I mean? Because he's a
Of
simp.
course.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
totally.
So you know what I
Well,
mean? I
it's
got him in
funny
like fucking
because
later on.
we started out with 2 roosters actually, and one of them, like he was like, "Screw this," and he left. And then we thought the second one did that too, like they
Mm-hmm.
jump up onto the shed and then out of the yard into the neighbor's yard. And the second
Right.
one came back and he brought a hen from down the street. So we like he's like stole his girlfriend, and that was the one that had all the babies in our yard, and
Shit.
they were friggin' cute. Little chicks were adorable. There was three roosters in that bunch, and only one of them made it. That's the one that we have now.
Yeah,
Daddy
I
died
had an ex.
eventually.
Yeah, I had an ex girlfriend give me 2 ducklings, right?
Ducks are friggin'
And
dirty creatures. I mean, they're filthy, but
filthy,
they're
filthy.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, they
you
were
gotta
both
put,
males too, so there's no
yeah,
fucking eggs, right? I was like, I
yeah.
don't even understand
That's
the purpose of these fucking animals,
there's no
right?
purpose if there's no female ducks. You got to get you some female ducks and get rid of one of those males. You
Yeah, I
only
mean, like,
need
listen, the problem is that like I didn't know what to do with them, so I
you
ended
can
up
make
just
some.
taking them to the. I took them to the river and threw them in. You know what I mean? And then let them
Yeah,
go.
that's fine. They'll probably be all right. I mean, they'll find some other ducks somewhere, probably. I mean,
I
yeah.
got to fuck rid of them.
You could have made some duck l'orange with some psychedelic
Do ya?
mushroom. Yeah, that would have been
I
good.
mean, listen, if I was interested, you know what I mean, in you know what I mean, like fucking taking those 2 Peking ducks and going through like the 3-day process that it takes to make fucking you know what I mean any type of duck meal, I'd have done it. But I was not interested in that, so I just threw them in the goddamn river. I was like, go
Yeah.
have fun, you know.
I had a kid show up. He found some ducks at the Natural Hispanic Cultural Center, or it's a place over here, kind of in the valley by where we are. It's the
Right.
Hispanic Cultural Center, and they were just like wandering around. And so like their mom was going to come back, and he just like kidnapped them. And he shows up at my house like, "What do I feed these guys?" And I was like, "Oh man, you have ducks in a bucket."
How dangerous is New Mexico, Albuquerque?
It just varies. I mean, it can be pretty dangerous if you like don't know how to act. There's like some machismo going on, and there's definitely a few unhinged individuals wandering about the city. But they tend to stay to themselves, and like as long as you don't ask too many questions that are the improper questions, or don't like go looking for trouble, yeah, it's like I feel like I'm relatively safe. I mean, I don't mind, like I walk around, but I know most of the homeless people because I like work in their house, because I set up my table downtown, like on the sidewalk where they
You
live.
still do that?
Sometimes. I haven't done it in a while. I actually been making jewelry lately, and I'm gonna go set up at the farmers market like next weekend. It's just now getting to where it's not like sweltering heat that is too hot for me going through menopause. But it was nice today. We were like Dan took me on the bike to my appointment, and it was like middle of the day because I had to be there at like 1:30, and it was hotter whenever he picked me up at like 3. But It's not too bad. It's actually getting to where it's like fall weather. It's nice. As long as
Yeah,
it doesn't rain.
I haven't been able to do anything because gas prices are too fucking high. Like
The
it's just
river is fucking dry though. There's no water in the Rio Grande in Albuquerque whatsoever. It's like really, it's the longest I've ever seen it go dry. I
So
mean,
is everybody
say what? Say that again.
running across the border to get here or go back out? Go back to
It looks
Mexico.
the same. I mean, like we don't have any immigrant problems really. I mean, there's some immigrants, of course, you know, in here, but most people speak English, and they're pretty respectful. There's some cartel activity, especially in my neighborhood, but I'm respectful of them, and they're respectful of me. I mind my own business, and they mind theirs.
How good is the product?
I have no idea. I imagine it's got to be pretty decent. There's
come on, Smokey Joe. Come on,
there's
Smokey Joe. You know what it is.
there's some minimal I don't know, I've heard that there's some rumors that there's like contamination of everything with fentanyl, so I just kind of avoid it. It's like I got there, the doctor's already given me oxys for my pain, and I don't even take them, so it's like, but yeah, I've been just yeah, just chilling like a villain here in the Quirky Berkey. I've been taking all the left turns, you know.
I get
You ever seen a UFO out there?
I thought I did once on the 4th of July, but it turned out it was just a Mylar balloon. So that was pretty cool though. I thought I saw a UFO for a minute. I think I might have
That is
been
pretty
abducted.
cool.
I might have been abducted like at one point, and this was like probably like close to, I would say close to 30 years ago. But that's just because I saw a show where a guy had a similar configuration of like burn marks on his body that I had at one point, that my ex noticed whenever we were showering together and took a picture of it. And he remembered being abducted, but I don't have any memory of being abducted, so I don't know. I think that it's probably the government doing weird experimentation on its populace, but that's just
I
as
don't know.
likely.
There's like a bunch of guys who's like, hey, listen, like you were in the AP course in school, right? I was like, yeah, for like a month till they kicked me the fuck out, right? He's like, you
Yeah.
had these freckles right here, right? Because like all of us had these freckles if we had this high IQ thing. I was like, that's probably because like we're all fucking related, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
From like
probably.
some ancient ass population, you know what I mean? Who were like higher IQ, and it just got passed down as like a dominant gene that nobody knows about, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I actually had it was like an equilateral triangle, and it was perfect circles. It looked almost like little cigarette burns, but they were smaller, and it was a equilateral triangle that had like little trails from the one circle to the other, like going in a clockwise, like, so little trails, like it actually was like they would be made by something making the mark and then trailing down counterclockwise. But it looked like, because the little trails came down and peaked like towards the clockwise, it like looked like it was like moving that way, like it would have turned that way, but I think it was actually made counterclockwise. And then I had one burn on my upper bicep on my right arm that was a circle as well, and it turned into a mole, which is kind of weird. It's kind of making me think that maybe whatever was experimenting on me might have given me the cancer. I have no idea. It's not skin cancer though, so.
Or it might have been, you know what I mean, like a fucking burn, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
From
but
like
it's weird
cooking.
because what would make a friggin' equilateral triangle burn like that on your body, on like somewhere where you can't
The
reach, and
corner,
you
like
wouldn't?
the corner of a spatula.
Yeah, no, it's like a triangle of dots. It's like, and it was probably about like, I would say the surface area of the triangle would have probably been under an inch, but there was like perfect circles with little trailers off of them that were going in an equilateral triangle.
Yeah, I mean grease. You know, what I mean, from cooking bacon sometimes.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
not noticing it.
I'm not domestic. I would have felt that. I think I'm pretty
I don't know. Like, listen,
aware of
there's plenty of times I got burned and didn't fucking really notice it till later. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
I don't do
I
that
have
usually.
ones from like metal burns from like I was dumb, right? I had to like cut this fucking piece of rebar that was stuck into the ground out. And so like I was cutting it off and I cut it off at the ground level and I was trying to like dig it out a little bit with a cutting torch. And I just like basically made a big pool of fucking metal. And then I turned the oxygen on. It fucking just shot up and hit me in the fucking arm a bunch of times. Yeah, listen, that shit hurt like a bitch. Like holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I've got a weird friggin' constitution. That's all I know. I know like whenever the pandemic was happening, I saw like it looked like it was snowing outside on my in my night vision cameras, and then I go outside and there's like nothing out there. I think it was nanobots, and
Oh.
I think they're doing lots of weird stuff here in New Mexico because the population is relatively large, especially around Albuquerque. But there's like the labs that are in Los Alamos, and there's Kirkland Air Force Base, which is in the city proper. But
Yeah.
I know that they did. I think they were doing some like sound weapon, acoustic weapon sort of testing whenever I lived in the war zone, which is like where all the poor people live. I was right on the
Yeah.
borderline of that. I don't mind living in questionable areas of town because I'm not scared.
I don't know. My
But
family has like acreage that's up against fucking military base up in the mountains over here and shit. You know, like it's
yeah,
just normal. You know what I mean? Like you get used to that type of shit where, you know, like they're gonna be testing stuff and you know what I mean, like blowing shit up and setting off mortars all fucking night and fucking
yeah.
experimental aircraft going in and out. It just is what it
Yeah,
is. You know what I
do
mean?
you ever see the helicopters flying like way below the safe uh altitude? That they do
Listen,
that here
I was
quite
getting head
often.
one time in this fucking parking lot that was on the one side of the mountain by a fucking by this it's like a reservoir for like the city or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it's like way back in the cut, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden there's like these goddamn fucking like I don't F-18s, I guess I don't fucking know, right? I have no idea what fucking plane it was. Fucking probably like I don't know 80, 100 feet off the fucking ground, just getting it, right? Scared the fucking shit out of me, man. Like terrified the fuck out of the bitch. I was I was scared shitless. I didn't know what the fuck was happening.
Yeah, you thought it was alien invasion or something? Maybe?
No, I thought like I knew it was jets, right? I knew that's what it was, and it just scared the fucking shit out of me because they were like I don't know if you ever had like a jet doing like Mach fucking retarded, like right on top of you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
150 feet above you. You know, scare the hell
Yeah,
out of you.
whenever I lived out in the middle of nowhere, whenever I was a kid, we used to hear the sonic booms all the time. Like whenever they would get up to Mach speed, and friggin' it would just like crack the sky open, is what it sounded like. But I don't hear those anymore. I think they pretty much limit that to over unpopulated areas or lowly populated areas mostly.
Yeah, it'll set off car alarms and house alarms. That's just a big pain in the ass. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Right? People get frustrated with it and shit. And the last thing the military wants to do is piss off the populace. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, here it's kind of funny. It's like the military base actually like leaked like jet fuel into the water system, a part of the
Mhm.
city, like and contaminated it. It's like they're still trying to correct that. Where like
Yeah.
you don't want to drink the tap water. It's almost like Flint, you know. It's not flammable, but it's pretty bad in some parts of the city. And there's also old infrastructure in a lot of the city here, so where like some of the houses in this neighborhood have been updated, but it's like the actual piping for the city utilities. They are made of like the old like cast iron basically, and they've it's rusted to where, but it's buried in clay, so it's like nobody really notices until the water pressure is high enough to where it like digs a hole and springs a leak somewhere, and then they usually
Yeah.
just fix the small area that has been like that was perforated with the water pressure, and they move on to the next area. They've got the roads torn up here like all the time doing like some sort of construction. I think it's a friggin' some sort of a scheme to keep the city workers in cash. But
No, nah. They have to like so they have to redo all this shit. You know what I mean? Like, so where I'm at right now, like all the like, so my little brother works for the water company, right? You know what I'm saying? And they don't work for the water company. He does the fucking IT shit, right? For like the IT security for all the like water motherfucking like people in the area, right? And like all over like a few of the fucking states and shit, I mean surrounding areas. And like he was telling me that like the city doesn't know where the fucking runoff and sewage pipelines are, and the EPA like says that like they're running together, right? They don't know like where goes what because they're
Oh,
like half of them are still made out of terracotta,
oh
right?
Jesus. That's
Yeah, they're not even cast iron,
that's better
right?
than cast iron here because like friggin' corrosion is
No,
no small
no,
thing here.
no. It's way worse, right? Because like the terracotta pipes, once they collapse, right? Nobody knows, right? Because again, they don't have a map of where anything goes. Like I don't know, it was probably like 15 years ago at this point, but there was like this hill where there was a pipe running across it, right, for like stormwater runoff.
Yeah.
It was like buried in the hill or whatever, and it broke, right? And so there's a parking lot up on top of the hill with like a building full of like senior citizens, and like so the fucking pipe washed out, the entire fucking parking lot collapsed, and then fell down a hill onto the business. Like there's cars falling through this business, like, and it's literally it's an auto shop too, big one, big fucking auto shop, right? Like one of the biggest in the area. And they had just built this bitch, and there's cars collapsing through the roof. It was close to like 10, 15 years. So they just recently reopened and shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, like, it's just, this infrastructure here is old. And like, so the EPA had to give them like an exemption for like when they have to have all this stuff done because like they go, yeah, the amount of money it would cost you to do all this is more than you have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
But
bankrupt
I
you.
mean,
You know what I mean?
whenever they dig up a whole street and like
Mhm.
replace all the utility pipes and everything like that, the infrastructure on this entire street, like over by where we are, which there's a street called Bridge that turns into Cesar Chavez, and
Yeah.
they pretty much had the bridge part of it like torn up for like the entirety of the pandemic, and then like they're done with it apparently, and then now they're like digging it back up again. I like maybe they did a bad job or something, I don't know, they have to just redo it. And right now they were like down the street earlier on the road that's perpendicular to the one that I live on. They repaved it like during that time as well, and now they're like having to dig up all the utilities like running next to the road in the
Yeah,
neighborhood.
they be fucking up like all the time.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah. It's like
Yeah.
Albuquerque is like really spread out, like, and whenever I used to live up on the bluffs, you could see the whole city, like,
Mhm.
and it's pretty crazy, like being able to see the whole city, and it's like so like wide spanning. Whenever I lived on the other side of the mountain, we used to have to drive up on top of the mountain to be able to see the whole city, but it was pretty cool to be able to see the whole city. And we're like, people don't realize that we're like as high as Denver here pretty much. We're like except for in the valley it's a little lower, but it's still high altitude, high desert. People come here and they like don't they don't have the normal amount of oxygen that they're used to, and they start like getting like hypoxia like it's like they're holding their breath. They don't get enough oxygen and they start freaking out, like mental issues happen a lot, people that are
Yeah.
traveling through here. But
Yeah,
and
I want to come out. I just want to come out and look at the desert at some point in my life. You know, I mean, I don't know, like I'm planning on doing that at some point. I don't know when.
if you
You know,
do
once
come
the gas
out,
prices go back to normal. You know what I mean?
definitely, definitely hit me up. I'll take it and show you all the local shit that you won't get on any sort of tour.
Oh no, I just want to go out to the desert and like
Oh
look at
yeah,
the fucking sky, right? Like I'm on the East Coast, so you can't really see stars here. You know what I
oh
mean? Like
yeah.
you can get like the Big Dipper or whatever. You know what I mean? Couple things. I want to go see like the Milky Way and shit. Like I've never seen any of that in my life,
Oh,
right?
that's
Because like you
awesome.
know,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's amazing. I mean, we used to go every year to Lake Powell, and
right.
get a houseboat. Like my dad and his coworkers at his job, we'd all go and we'd take tents and stuff, but we'd also rent a houseboat. So we had like a bathroom and a shower and a kitchen, and it's pretty awesome. And you at night the sky is amazing. Like it's just like so. you can't even imagine. And there's like almost nowhere in the United States without light pollution, but that's like the very minimal light pollution out in the middle of the desert. There's places where you can get it like towards see the Milky Way, you know?
Yeah. Well, like there's some like all right. So there's a place in West Virginia that like literally you can't even have cell phones,
Yeah, I
right?
know. I love that. They sent people in there. There were some people that have cameras, like, and they did some videos that are on YouTube of the people that are living in that area. That's where all the people that are like super sensitive to electronics and all
No, no,
the
no, no. It's
5G.
not that. They have a telescope there, right? They have like a
Yeah,
big
I
fucking
know. And
Hubble telescope joint,
people that are
right?
electronically sensitive have moved to the area because
Oh,
there's no, yeah, it's kind of weird because it's like a side
yeah,
effect.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Like so, like yeah. I wanna go there. There's a place in like northern PA where you can see the Milky Way. I want to go there. There is some legitimate dark areas, but not dark enough.
Yeah. Well, your best bet is that area around where that telescope is. We've got similar telescopes here, and there's like lots of places here that also do not have like cellular coverage. There's not like 5G inundation everywhere. It's pretty sporadic actually in some parts of the desert, especially. I was surprised going up the west coast though that there's a lot of places where you can't get cellular coverage going up the coast road. I would think that California would be pretty much wired up, but it's not. No wonder Bigfoot lives out there. The redwood forest. There's some wild ass places out there. We like pulled into this one area because like Dan was getting tired, and we kind of like pulled up to this gate. Like it was like in the redwood forest, and but we couldn't like back out without backing into potential traffic. So we ended up taking the hinges off this gate and turning around in these people's property. And there was like this like freaking abandoned fire truck and like an old school bus and all sorts of weird ass shit there. We just drove in a circle to turn around. And it looks like they were doing some construction or something on the property at some point, but it's like weird because it's right in the middle of the redwood forest. It's like, how do you buy property in the middle of the redwood forest? And how do you not have a good gate? Because I mean, like literally, we just like
Be
friggin'
Jeffrey Epstein.
yeah, I guess. But it was weird because I like almost wanted to take a picture of the friggin' old ass fire truck and the old school bus that were sitting right on the property. And they just looked like there was like a little museum. It was pretty crazy. They had like large equipment like ground movers and things like that parked there. But it was like I was like, huh, I wonder who owns this. I was surprised at how fast Dan was like down to friggin' pop the hinges off the gate so we could turn around safely. We put him back, of course, you know. It was like we were never there. But yeah,
How clear is the sky down there?
here there's quite a bit of light pollution in the city area in the valley, like because you get a lot, but on the other side of the mountain in the East Mountains, which is like maybe like 45-minute drive around the other side, it gets pretty clear at night. The place that I lived in, Sandia Park, had spectacular views of the sky. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, sorry, I'm still doing some things. Keep going. I'm listening to you. Tell me some more about the desert.
The desert, well, we have a quite a large population of like night creatures. You would think the desert would be not like have a lot of animals, but there's like foxes, different kinds of foxes. There's like we got the red foxes, and we have like mule deers and raccoons and skunks and pack rats.
Skinwalkers.
Lots of rodents. Oh yeah, there's skinwalkers. I've seen one a few times actually, but they're not necessarily like they're kind of creepy, but they're generally not bad, I don't think. It's like they shapeshift though, like into animals. So you never know if you're seeing an animal or a skinwalker unless you have the second sight.
How do you know that you saw one then?
Just the circumstances of it, because I was with somebody who was part native, and we were driving from Farmington to Albuquerque, which is like basically it's southeast direction from the corner of the state down into Albuquerque. And they pulled over whenever they saw this coyote cross the road, like right in front of us, out of superstition, basically. And like about like 3 minutes later, an ambulance came screaming past us, and I was like, why are we pulling over whenever we pulled over? And he was like, well, usually whenever that happens, and he goes, that was a skinwalker. And I was like, really? How do you know? And he was like, I just know. And it was like, and then he goes, it's an omen that there's danger ahead. And obviously there was danger ahead because the ambulance went screaming past us out in the middle of nowhere, like headed somewhere that it turns out there was a really bad accident on the road. And we managed to avoid getting stuck there. Just waited a while, and we were able to get through about 20 or 30 minutes after. We just took a little break on the side of the road. But yeah, when there's an accident out in the middle of nowhere, like usually the ambulances have to come from like the largest city, and that would have been coming from Farmington, probably.
So you made a deal with the skinwalker?
No, I didn't even interact with it. It just like probably because my friend grew up in Gallup and he was part Native American. Like he just he knew the protocols of what to do, and they see them as like they're more guardian spirits, like
So it's
that.
there to kill. It's there to kill the crackers invading their land.
No, probably just it was there to warn the people that have some native blood, which I have native blood too, but it's Cherokee from North Carolina. It's funny because I've been watching the black people that are like, oh, we're not from Africa, we're actually like Native American. I've been watching those guys, and they're not really that far off. There's like definitely some stuff going on with some colored people got dropped off over here and just like intermixed with the Native American population on the East Coast, and a lot of them had like headed west as after the Revolutionary War, basically. Uh, but they were here like when the first they were already here like in the 1300s, a lot of them.
Uh-oh. We was natives and shit. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. Anything is possible, honestly, at this point. Like, nothing would really surprise me. Like, if it was all like aliens and shit. Did you ever hear about the Bob Lazar thing?
Yeah, Bob Lazar. Yeah, I've heard of him. That was actually there was also that guy that like the Dulce base is not far from where I grew up. It was like maybe like a 20-minute drive from where I grew up. And there is definitely lots of tunnels and stuff underground in that area. There's like some of it's mines and some of it's like government like facilities. There's definitely military bases and infrastructure that's under the desert out here. But yeah, that guy that got his fingers shot off by a freaking alien laser gun, allegedly. I don't know. I don't know if those are actually aliens or they're just like the beings that lived in the earth that are posing as aliens. I'm not sure about that though. I know that there are some weird shit going on out here, but it doesn't really affect me that much. So it's mostly just my passing curiosity and
I mean,
fair
it could definitely
caution.
be arranged for it to bother you, though.
Oh, I guess. I mean, if they want to, good luck with that. Let them try. I don't think if they haven't managed to upset me by giving me cancer, I don't think they're gonna upset me much. Knock on wood, of course, respectfully.
Yeah, but I mean, what if they have the cure? Maybe you have to go like under the base and
Oh, I got
they'll
the
like
cure
give
too.
you.
Whatever. I'm
No, but I
kicking
mean,
it
like,
safe.
but like, would you ever go? Like, I don't know if you ever heard like they have Mount Shasta out here, where it's like you go to this like mountain place and it's like Lemuria or something.
Yeah, I've done
And there's a lot
some
of
weird like meditations and stuff, and there was one that was like to initiate contact with extraterrestrial beings, and it was really weird because I actually got violently ill during the meditation and had to go throw up. It was like, and that doesn't happen to me very often. I got super nauseous. I was like, I don't think I'd do that again. Well, maybe that's not a good idea.
yeah. You try the Stephen Greer CE5 or whatever.
No, I don't even know what that is. I mean, I've heard of Stephen Greer before,
It's
but
like
I don't.
this, like it's like looking at. It's like you look for UFOs and you meditate at the same time, and they'll like come and like
Yeah, I
move
heard of that.
around and talk to you and stuff.
There's a place here called Ghost Ranch. It's I think it's in southern Colorado or northern New Mexico, like probably straddles the border somewhere in central north New Mexico. And there's a bunch of weird stuff that happens. It's kind of like that place that is on that TV show that's on the Discovery Channel. The I forget what they call it now. Where they have all those weird magnetic anomalies, and like there was like a place where they sent up this like sensor in a balloon, and it looked it they like they were recording the data from it, and it like kind of seemed like it went through some sort of a portal and like rematerialized somewhere else and then dropped out of the sky. It was like kind of crazy. It's like, so there was like a portal, an invisible portal above the property. And there was I don't know. I think some of it's hype and some of it's like actually based in real like bizarre phenomenon that happens. But it's hard to sort it out whenever you're making a production to make money and people like hype shit up in ways that are kind of untoward behavior, in my opinion. But because they're trying to make money. But I don't know. I've seen some pretty weird shit. I like see like I see like nature spirits and things like that pretty much all the time whenever I'm outside at night. And it used to really freak me out when I was little. Like I was scared of them. But as I grew up, like I was afraid of the dark until I was a teenager. Like literally, I would sneak out of the house and I was petrified to be outside at night. But I pushed through it because it was like I had a goal to go hang out with my friends in the middle of the night. And eventually I realized that the creatures were just checking me out. You know, they were just like, hey, what's that? It's really bright. So I got a big aura. I didn't know then that I had a big aura, though. Apparently, I'm very bright and luminous. And they're like, what the hell? Is that the sun? But so far, I am the most scary thing that I've ever met.
So you mogged them.
No.
You like aura maxed them.
Yeah, I aura maxed them on accident. I can't help it.
Nice.
It's part of my nature.
Yeah, there you go. How do you know they're nature spirits?
Because they inhabit trees and they seem to be protective of nature. They're the spirits of the trees. A lot of them, like there's a lot of they call them dryads, and they're pretty interesting creatures. Uh, if you cut down a tree, just beware that you might be pissing off a dryad.
Yeah, I need to freshen up on my Pocahontas song, "Colors of the Wind."
Yeah. Well, and mostly they're like very peaceful. If you're peaceful with nature and you resonate with nature and you don't, throw trash everywhere and like act like a disgusting human, then they're
What if you
pretty
What if you poop
respectful.
in a hole and cover it up?
That's fine. Everything. I mean, that's not bad. I think that's okay. It's polite.
I'm autistic, so can I get them to like write out a rule book for me or something?
Nah, they're not really into that. You wouldn't understand their writing anyways.
I don't know. I just thought it'd be funny to say that.
Oh,
That
sorry,
would
I
be funny
didn't.
though.
Sorry, I didn't laugh. I didn't know
You
you were
must be
being
autistic.
sarcastic.
So well, I don't know. I might be serious. So.
Yeah, you seemed pretty serious. And I never can tell with you, so I just default to you must be being serious.
I don't know. I am half serious because like I think it'd be kind of interesting to like ask them that like, hey man, can you like write this shit out so I get it right?
Mm. Yeah, well, and they're not opposed to like interactions with human beings as long as they're respectful of their space, like, and don't destroy.
Do you think they would have been cool with Jeffrey Dahmer?
Probably not. Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm a little sphinxy myself, but I don't eat people. I
How
prefer
about
not
John
to.
Wayne? How about John Wayne Gacy?
I don't know. Like I think, I don't know. I'm not scared of clowns, but I think it's a little weird, and I think definitely the whole predatory upon children thing is bad. And I think children are very much loved and protected by nature spirits.
Really? But
Yeah.
they're kind of like the cause of all the problems, right?
No, not kids. Kids aren't. I mean, kids are innocent, and it's if they're out in nature, they'll learn what they need to learn from nature, unless the adults interfere with that teaching. I spent a
Did you ever
lot of
read that?
time wandering around the desert, like by myself as a kid, because we would go out arrowhead hunting and stuff. And I didn't stay with my parents. I like,
Did you find peyote?
not as a kid. No, I found a lot of, like, I found a few pottery shards and some arrowheads, and we found some beads and like one dice that was a 4-sided dice. It was like a clay cylinder that had like lines on it. Definitely
That's
for
pretty
some
cool.
sort of a game. Yeah, found a few little artifacts. One time we found a burial burning pit mound that had burnt pottery and skeleton chart like pieces in it. Like somebody had I think,
Are you sure that wasn't something the cartels put there?
yeah, I'm sure it was much older than that. And there was a baby skeleton in like Native American pottery burned in a burn pit.
Well, isn't that
And
predatory upon kids though?
no, it was somebody died of natural causes. It was probably a miscarriage.
Yeah, but they
Or
did sacrifice people too, though.
nah, that's overblown. I think there was some weird shit going on at Chaco Canyon, like, but yeah, a lot of what they see as like they might have just, I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened there, but I think a lot of it's overblown. I think there was certain cultural elements that moved up from Mexico because there was a lot of trade and travel that historians like deny. But there was definitely I mean, we found artifacts that had things that were like abalone shell, and we don't have abalones in New Mexico. I mean, not for hundreds of thousands of years at least. There haven't been abalones because this was an inland sea at one point, but that was like hundreds of thousands of years ago at the earliest.
That would be that's pretty interesting. Maybe the aliens came and
Yeah, well, the ant
crossed some
people
seashells.
supposedly live under the earth, and I think that's what the government is
Ant people.
calling. Yeah, they call them the ant people. They're like insectoids, or like I think they're like the grays. They kind of seem
I'll
like
be
they're.
honest with you. Like, if I saw a fucking ant person, I would probably die of a heart attack.
Yeah, you probably would. You'd be surprised what you can take though whenever it comes down to it. Like I honestly like almost had a heart attack whenever friggin' angelic beings like in my presence at any like they're friggin' like horrifying, like literally. Like it's like just like overload on your senses. 100%. But they're very accommodating if you ask them like, "Hey, can you quiet down and like not show yourselves to me visually because like I have a hard time concentrating in your presence and I can't hear what you're saying because it's like, oh, it's so loud."
That's
But
true.
yeah.
I want to continue doing this, but I have to get my son to sleep, and
No, go
because
do
it's very
that.
late. And I don't know if this thing will still be up when I finish, but If not,
Yeah.
I appreciate talking to you, and I hope everything turns out well. If I don't talk to you before
Yeah.
you get the
Cool. Well,
results,
hit me up whenever you're done. If you're done, and I'll come back.
sounds good. I
Right
will do
on.
that. Appreciate it. Bye, guys.
Appreciate you too. Bye.